Hey guys, Talon Smith here, Smith Joy Design. So today we're going to be building an American flag. It's a great gift idea. It's a good idea if you want to make a little extra money and sell them. But we're going to do an in-depth process, step by step, of how to build this. Here's some things you're going to need. You're going to need some wood clamps. You're going to need a Dremel tool. I recommend getting the flex shaft attachment with the dust blower attachment and a 106 engraving bit. You're gonna need a rubber mallet. You're gonna need a palm sander with 120 grit sandpaper. You're gonna need a pack of razor blades. You're gonna need your stains. I recommend men wax. You're gonna need a navy blue and a scarlet. You're gonna need a blowtorch. For your final coat, you're gonna need Hellsman spare urethane. You're gonna need a finish nailer. You're gonna need your finish nails, 1 3/4 inches. Foam paint brushes. You're gonna need your stencil for your stars for the union on the flag. You're gonna need some hanging clips to hang your flag. You're gonna need an air compressor. You're also gonna need your table saw to rip this 2x10 by 12 foot long pine board. And you're gonna need a chop saw as well. So let's get this party started. All right guys, so we've got our 2x10 by 12 foot. What we're getting ready to do is go ahead and cut it with a chop saw. What you're gonna cut is 3 37 inches and 1 19 inch. And what I've got set up is I've got to stop because I cut a lot of these, which it might make it easier for you if you get into this and you start doing it a lot. It takes out the guesswork. Essentially, all I did was take a measurement off my chop saw over there, 37 inches. So all I've got to do is slide it up, cut it. First thing we're going to do though is right here, we're going to cut this in and square it off. All right, let's get to it. We're getting ready to rip this wood for our flags. So essentially what we're gonna start off with, we're gonna set our table saw to about 9 1/8. And we're gonna put this whole piece through because we wanna take this raw edge off. Then once we get this raw edge off, we'll set our table saw to 1 inch. We'll flip that over and that's what's gonna go against your guide right there. And that'll give you straight pieces. So, like I said, first thing, 9 1/8, we're gonna rip a little sliver off the edge of this. Then once we get done with all these, we'll set our table saw to 1 inch, and then we'll flip it over and we'll rip them all 1 inch strips. All right, guys, let's do it. All right, folks, we've got all our wood cut. So the next step is to take it and lay 13 of these out. 37 inches long, 1 inch in thickness. So we'll lay 13 of these out and we're gonna do a quick sand on them because we can see our saw cuts in them. So just real light, 120 grit will do it, no problem. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. Once that's complete, go ahead and grab your torch and we're gonna burn the wood. You can do a light burn, you can do a heavy burn. What's great about these is it's a rustic flag, so whatever you like. I usually do it pretty heavy because I like it when it pops through the stain at the end. So grab your torch, get to it. First things first, if you see here on this table, I've got a strip of wood here and I got a couple strips up here. So I made a jig essentially to slip my 13 pieces in. Now what I'm doing here is I've got my stencil, and this stencil's roughly 14 7/8 by 10 1/2. I ordered it off Amazon. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scribe a mark down this union stencil here. Okay, once you have the mark scribed, you know that this is going to be blue. So instead of using tape, which I always had an issue with it bleeding over, I do something a little bit different here. And I learned this off of a YouTube video a long time ago, and it's a pretty good little hack. So, razor blade, put it on your mark. And tap it right in there. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. Just be careful doing this because you can get cut. You just take your time, line it up. So we got that. We'll get ready to set up for painting. So what we got here is we got 2 solid wood stains. And you can use a water-based stain too if you like. I've used both, I like both. But I prefer to use Minwax, and it just seems to work real well. And they have a variety of colors. I'm using navy and scarlet red. So what we're gonna do is start over here. We know this is blue again. We're gonna paint these all blue, 7 down. Red starts on top. And then I just do natural. I don't paint it white. I just go red, natural red, natural red, natural red, and then so on. And that's where we're at right now. So let's get to it. I also use I found these foam brushes were the best to use. It's real simple. You can use them if you're making a lot of these flags. Throw them in a Ziploc bag. They'll last for a good little while, and they're cheap. So as you see here, you go right all the way up to the razor blade and just shove it in there. And you can see how that burned wood grain pops through that red. It really looks good, very rustic. I'm just gonna give you a little tip. So right here, I splattered some blue on this, and that's supposed to just be natural color. So a little tip, grab a little piece of sandpaper, sand it down, get it off as much as you can, and then come back with your torch and just burn it dark. And you won't even know it's there. So if you make a mistake, splatters, like I said, it's real simple. It's a rustic flag, so you can burn some spots dark, some spots light, but no big deal. Quick sand, burn it, let it rip. So we got our flag painted. We're gonna let it set. This is essentially what it looks like. And if you'll come over here and take a look at this flag, you'll see how the razor blades are in place. Once everything dries, then we'll pop the razor blades and we'll put this flag together. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. So our stain's dried. We're getting ready to pull these razor blades off. A little trick, I take another razor blade. I'm just gonna scribe down each side of the razor blade so I don't pull the stain off. All right, so we popped them off. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip our whole flag over, and then that's where the 19-inch long, 1-inch wide strips come into effect. That's what's gonna be our supports in the back. We're gonna nail them in place. When you flip it, just make sure you flip every one the same. Don't get anything confused, or you're gonna be in for a surprise when you flip it back over. All right, half of 37 is 18.5 inches. So we know we're gonna get our center. So mark 18.5 and then come back 3/4. 18.5, set back 3/4 of an inch. And then mark your X. And that's where your centerpiece is gonna go. From your center, measure 12 inches over each way. All right, so we got our marks. Now we're gonna get our wood clamps. Grab another block here. I usually use 2 different blocks. Set these right in place like this. Come down. We're gonna suck it nice and tight. Now we use our rubber mallet, knock everything nice into place. Alrighty, on to our next step. We'll go ahead and nail these in. Alright, so sometimes if you got like, you see a little warp or anything in it, just take it and on your brace that goes on the back, just flatten it out. It'll be good. Once you get it all flattened out, all nice and tight, we're going to use a Tight Bond Ultimate Wood Glue. It's Tight Bond 3, pretty good stuff. Don't hesitate, put a lot on it. Alright, now just line it up on your marks. Alrighty, we're ready to go ahead and nail it. Okay, as you can see, these strips we nailed on the back. And what I said was find your center, 18.5, and set back 3/4. That'll put your 1.5 strip on center. Measure over 12 inches, put your X on that side, 12 inches, boom. Same thing here, 12 inches from center, 12 inches from center, X on that side. And that's what you get. And then the end result is you got your flag. She's ready to be dremelled. So let's go ahead and go over and get that done. We're getting there. All right, so now we got our flag set up. And what we got, we took our stencil and we taped it even with the top, even with the side on your blue Union. Make sure your star points are up. I've made that mistake before. And what you're going to use is your Dremel. And like I said, if you can get this flex shaft attachment, it's going to make your life easier. And also this dust blower attachment. That is a savior. It will blow the dust away. You can actually see what you're doing. You're going to use a engraving bit, a 107 or a 106. The 106 is finer. If you want to start out with the 107 and then come back and touch it up with the 106 to dress it up, that's usually what I do. But all right, let's get into engraving this. I got the dremeling process done. I didn't introduce you to my beautiful wife who helps me a lot with these flags. Thank you so much, honey. We'll give it a quick blow off here, get all the dust off of it. All right, if you can hold that up for us, we'll see our end result here. All right, and that's what you got. We're going to go ahead and put the clips on the back, and once we do that, we'll lay it down and put the final coat on it, and we're through. This is just a personal preference. We like burning the stars. We think it looks more rustic. You don't have to. You can leave them just white and natural if you like. Like I said, just a personal preference. Alrighty, can you show us that scorch marker? This is a scorch marker. Pretty cool little tool. I'm going to show you why. Go ahead and show us there, honey. All right, so we're gonna be putting these stainless clips on. What I do is I measure from the top of the flag down 5 inches, and I take my square, mark my mark on the 2 outside supports. So anyways, we put that to the 5-inch mark, we screw it right in. All right, now we're ready to seal her up. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna use a Helmsman urethane clear gloss. For the back, I like to use the spray cans because it's not gonna be in direct sunlight. So I'll hit the back with the spray cans, and then we'll put a thicker coat on the front. The good thing about this is it's UV protectant, rain and moisture, and also with temperature changes, you don't gotta worry about it. So I recommend using Helmsman urethane. We got the back sealed up. Now we're gonna put a nice thick coat on the front, and it's a done deal. Here's the finished product, American flag made by Smith Joy Design. We hope that you all enjoyed the process of making it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And hit like, subscribe to the channel, and go check our Facebook page out for other projects we've done at Smith Joy Design. Have a good day, guys.